This is a response to your video about Brittany Murphy and all that. The way I handle death is, it's not really that weird. I mean, I cry and all that, but it really depends on how well I actually know the person. Like, I just found out that a couple days ago, actually, my great uncle, my mom's uncle, died. We didn't get to go down to West Virginia for the funeral. Because it was snowing and all that, because, you know, it's kind of December, but, I guess it really matters on, like, how well I know the person. Like, if my best friend or one of my really close relatives were to die, you know, I wouldn't know what to do with myself. I'm not saying that I would commit suicide, but I would be pretty depressed for a while, but it just really depends on how well I know that person. Like, my second cousin, actually, he died, like, maybe 2 years ago. So, we went to his funeral because we had it up in Jerome, Ohio, where, his mother and father, my Aunt Jessie and my Uncle Arnold, actually lived. And they actually, which is kind of ironic, they live right next to the cemetery he was buried in. So I felt really bad that I didn't cry because I didn't know him. And I feel really bad because I didn't cry because I didn't know my great uncle. It was actually my grandmother's half-sister's husband. So, I mean, it really depends on how well I know that person, but my grandpa, he's been sick for a while, and he's lend me, my mom, and my dad so much money to, help with our house, help pay bills and all that when my parents didn't have the money. And when I was little, he would pick me up every day from preschool, and it was just so much fun to be with him. I know it's going to be really hard to be without him when he does die, because he was a major part of my life. Like, I know this is, like, really stupid and all. Like, I didn't really live with him until I was 4, but I kind of, like, spent every day with him, if that makes any sense. Like, he would pick me up from preschool, and I would go be with him and my grandmother. But that's just something I've been really having on my mind, and I'm really glad that you made this video talking about how we handle death, because I've been thinking about that, like, a lot ever since I found out that my great uncle died. Like, for me, I guess it's just really how well I know the person, or if I've ever even met them. Like, Brittany Murphy, that was, like, a really big shock for me, because, you know, she was 32, for goodness sake. I didn't really expect her to die, as you said in your own video. So, I mean, it's just really how well I know the person. I think that's like the 5th time that I said that, but for me it is. Because my family members, there are some that I haven't met, like a couple of my cousins and some of my mom's side, because most of my mom's side is gone. And either that or they live in West Virginia, and I haven't really met them. So, the way I really handle death, like, when it really does impact me, I just sit there and I think about how precious life really is. And I think about how it's going to impact when I'm gone. Because when people die, like, before they die, like, if they know they're gonna die, they don't really think, they just think of heaven, and they think of going up and seeing the gates and seeing God and all that. And, well, I know in my family, we would think about that. And I know, like, if I'm on my deathbed or something like that, I'm gonna really think about how it's going to impact others. So, yeah. I just thought I'd make a video response instead of leaving a comment, because this is like a really touchy, it's not really touchy, but then again it kind of is, if that makes any sense. It's one of those subjects that I really have a lot to say about. So thank you for making that video. I do really appreciate it because that's something I've been wanting to talk about for a while. So I wish you a long and happy life, and everybody else. So bye.